descriptions of the Lugaroo, and when you look at the description that we get of the Dogman phenomenon, the similarities are uncanny.
Yes.
So, we used to get something that I discovered when I got into this. I've been going out and doing research and investigations into the cryptid realm for close to 9 years now. I'm sure you're familiar with Bigfoot investigator and researcher M.K. Davis.
Yes.
Turns out MK lives right here in the same town that I do, and I had Bigfoot activity going on my home property, and I reached out to a group, and they were like, "Oh, hey, do you know MK Davis?" And I'm scratching my head, going, "MK Davis, MK Davis," and I'm like, "Wait a minute, do you?" I always say this, and I hope MK doesn't get mad at me, and I don't think he will. But the M in MK stands for Marlin. And I said, "Wait a minute, are you talking about Marlin Davis?" "Yeah, I think that's his first name. He lives in the same town you do." And I'm like, "Well, heck yeah, I know MK Davis. We used to go to church together. What about him?" And he proceeds to tell me that MK is like one of the big foremost names in the Bigfoot world and community. So I call MK up and I tell him what's going on my property, and he says, "Yeah, it looks like you got something going on there." And I had been along with, I do have a day job, but I was also a professional musician. And my band, we had just kind of splintered and broke up. So I had all this time on my hands. And from the point of time that I was a kid, growing up in the 70s, I had a big imagination. In the 70s, we had this big, huge, I call it a paranormal boom. I mean, things just exploded. Every time you cut the TV on, you saw something about the Bermuda Triangle. You saw something about UFOs. You saw something about the Loch Ness Monster. You saw something about haunted houses. And then the Patterson-Gimlin film came out, where you could, where it was, even though that was filmed in the late 60s, in the early 70s, whatever, that's when it really got out there and started making the rounds.
Right, because it's not like in today's world where, like either social media or on cable, it'll be right there, the news, but no, this.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it took years for it